Morning. Struggled to get going this morning. Right, okay, wet in wet. 2-inch hake, the new 2-inch hake. So I'll wet the paper all over and I'll give it a coat of some, or a touch of some raw sienna. I'm not sure what this paper is. It might be the Arches. No, it's not Arches. Bockingford, I'm not sure. It's not Fabriano, I don't think. It's on the back of one I didn't really like. Like a lot of my paints, you could use both sides. If you're not really happy with something, go over it again on the other side, then use it for an acrylic if it's still not very good. Okay, let's have a bit of burnt sienna with that as well. A nice colourful sky. Not sure what I'm going to paint this morning. Just making it up, just follow the brush. Some nice. Losing a hair there. I'll mix a bit of Payne's grey with some alizarin. Look at a nice cloudy sort of. Remember, whatever you put on is going to dry a lot lighter. So I'll have just a get the paper nice and wet. I'll put a bit of a darker. Okay, that will do. As the paper expands, just gently, or not so gently, just stretch it and it'll go flat, more or less. And no, it's definitely not Fabriano. Right, I usually use Fabriano because it's inexpensive and it's very good for wetting. We've got a nice horrible. There. I'll put a bit more dark, I think, in that sky. Nice brooding, atmospheric sort of sky. Drying out. It's a very warm, dry day again in London. Okay, let's just put in some bit of background. So a bit of light red, a bit of the sky colour. Sort of a lake. God, everybody's out doing something this morning. Right, we'll put in some nice sienna, bit of ultramarine in here. The paint's great with that. If you're painting over wet paint, you need thick paint, otherwise it'll just bleed into nothingness. Let's get a good mix here. My paints are quite soft because they've been in my stay wet palette on water on a water soaked kitchen towels for a couple of days. I did a couple of acrylics yesterday. I've got five or six videos on Patreon now, so any details you want to know about colours and stuff, if this works, I'll do a still of it and put it on there. Okay, these are sort of basics. Oh, let's get a bit of blue in there. Bit of mystery, just add little bits of stuff. The hake's quite spiky, it's new. Well, it's only painted about 3 paintings, but it's not coming to a sort of a chisel edge, it's coming to us like a serrated. We'll see how we go there. Well, let's put in some. No, I had no intention of doing that, but it seems to look right. So the paper's still very wet. Nice, rich colours in here because I'm going to scrape out some rocks. So you need dark. So when you scrape back to the white of the paper, it actually shows as a contrast. I'm not sure I like the serrations here, but hey, they seem to be giving a grassy effect. You never, with wet and wet, you never quite know how it's going to end up. Put some green in there, just from the yellow and the Payne's grey. I'll try this in a minute and we'll get some more detail on it. Just wonder if that's not too down, excuse me. Let's get some card, plastic card. I wonder if we can just a bit of texture in that background. Okay, that gives a nice effect. Let's just reclip the paper. Lift out a few rocks and then carry on with drying the detail. I'm glad this takes a scrape, you're never quite sure. Well, I'll give that a dry, so mute your sound. I'll put the hairdryer back together. Okay. Okay, so just a touch down. This, if this was Fabriano, it would have gone cauliflowery by now, the way I've mucked about with that sky. But that hasn't. Now, somewhere, I've got a crayon pencil, Caran d'Ache, that my friend Smoothie77 sent to me. I just wonder if it's a bit wet. Yeah. And I saw him lift out some snow on the peaks. I scraped them out, but he used he used his pencils to do this, so it's not strictly a watercolour. Been more mixed media. That's okay. The paper needs to be pretty dry for that to register. So we won't do too much of that. Right, now that's a bit dry, we can put in some foreground detail. I need a bit of water. Just push the egg. Don't want too much of this, but I want some. I like putting the grasses sticking up in the water. And you can do a bit of reflection there. Just this broken ground, the edge of the lake, water, whatever it is. Right, let's get some detail on that. So some bit of green from the Payne's grey and the yellow. This is nearer. Bit of blue in there, I think. Bit of sienna. I'll put some detail in this somehow. Right, bit of a bush. I love doing these sort of things, they're so simple. When you've done a lot of them, how to paint foregrounds, so just simple. When you're looking out there, you're not looking down at your feet, so don't over elaborate foregrounds, just indicate. Let's just bring those hairs together. Just put in some that's right. We'll cover up all those nice warm colours. Sort of very Scottish, this one. Okay. We'll put in with my little flat brush. So going from acrylic yesterday to today, nothing's in the right place. No. Right, so some little boats, palette grey, or as Edward Weston would say, filth. slightly ready. Sorry, my head's in the way. I'm trying to get the masts. More or less. Very weak. Okay. Right, now, Smoothie77 kindly sent me some homemade watercolours from when he was a French polisher. He had some artist quality Winsor & Newton powder which he made into watercolour, and he sent me 5. He also helped me set up the Patreon channel, Patreon. This is watercolour. Don't know if it'll dry. There's a bit of reflection there. Does that show up? Probably not. But it's very strong, right? Patreon is a crowdfunding channel for people like me to hopefully attract some patrons to help subsidise the channel, my channel, with buying all these materials. It's very expensive. So any information you want, a lot of it will be on Patreon now, and you had to pay a small amount to see it. Alright, okay. I quite like the gentleness of that one. Figure. I'll use a small brush. I think my rig is just a little bit too long. The hairs aren't too long. Let's put some faint figures in just so. Minding their own business. Right, now then, I think we'll see if we can work this one with a bit of white. It's like a gouache, but it's transparent. Put a couple of beads. Okay, well, I'm going to let that go. I quite like that. So we won't call it mixed media. The white is watercolour. We tried it with that. I could have used the white watercolour on that. So what's a nice colour now? That's a bit. Yeah, I would try that. A bit insipid, because the painting is not that strong. Now, if you want to support me on Patreon, you can have a look at the homepage. That's all free. And I'll leave a link on the video. I mean, yes, on the video, on the YouTube video. So there we are. It's a nice little one for a Saturday morning. Let's bring the camera around. Come out of that. So there we are. So we've got plenty of warmth in the sky. I've made this a bit lighter on there. Someone's given these machine tools an outing outside. All very, very subtle. I quite like that. It's probably more to do with the paper. It's a better quality paper than the cheaper Fabriano £130. I'm not decrying Fabriano. It's made purely and simply for sketching and wasting really. The arches and the top quality papers give a much different effect. So I'm quite pleased with that. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.